Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to another replay review. This is going to be one for Matrim. Why is my thing like that? That's weird. Okay, this is for Matrim. I gotta say Matrim. I don't know. This is always the difficult part of most of these replay reviews, right? Is at the beginning you gotta decide how to call people. Anyway, he's been playing Bounty Hunter. He said he is somewhere in that high 1K, low 2K range. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say low 2K. Nobody had their visible MMRs on this game anyway, so I cannot estimate. Well, I don't. Let's see. What is this party queue? Okay, so this is 5-person party queue on each team. Bounty Hunter. Okay, so let's just get right to it. I suppose Bounty Hunter is here that he used to be super in favor, then he fell out of favor. Now he's kind of like mid favor. Like he gets picked by Bounty Hunter specialists, but he's not a top tier hero. Can I click heroes in this game, by the way? Yes, I can. God bless. Okay. But he's still good, I think. I'm definitely in the Bounty Hunter camp. I like the hero a lot. I honestly am not. I don't play him often. If I'm going to roam, I generally play a different hero. But he's a very good hero to play and have in your repertoire. And as far as roamers go, I think there are two categories of roamers. Actually, that's a lie. There's probably way more. But there are, of the many categories, there's two archetypes. I'd say there's roamers that require coordination and are good with the team. And there are roamers like... so Bounty Hunter would be in that first category, where Bounty Hunter is good, but he doesn't really set the stage for kills. He just enables kills. So if you gank mid and you're in a 5-stack, a lot of times you'll be able to get kills. Whereas if you had that same exact thing, but you did not have that coordination, you did not have that synergy with your teammates, it could go poorly if it is just a random pub that's not going to get what you're putting down, as they say, or pick up what you're putting down. Whereas there are roamers like Night Stalker and Spirit Breaker, I would say, that force issues and make it so the enemy, I mean, your teammate does not have to pick up what you're putting down, right? They just need to go along, and then you'll get kills. So all this is irrelevant because you're playing Offlane, okay? I guess. Ricky is also in the Bounty Hunter category. Like Ricky makes stuff happen, but Ricky is not able to do things on his own, I guess I'd say. All right. So it appears as though we're offlaning, at least for now. It's potentially not a bad thing to just soak level 2 and then go back to offlaning. Magnets have pool tangos. What? Okay. He's trying to. Okay, I'm not gonna think too hard about that one. So it's okay, kind of like Pudge, to just soak until level 2 in the offlane or in the safe lane or whatever. The thing is, I think we did a replay review pretty recently of, I want to say, a Spirit Breaker, where you don't want to get into the trap of saying, oh boy, I'm getting so much XP in this offlane, I'm just going to stay here. Because then you're losing out on all the boons of your ability to roam. So, I suppose there remains to be seen what you're going to do. You hit level 2 here. Janata, yeah, like you can just roam. Actually, to be fair, this is a hard hero to roam on, obviously, because Quap is just going to blink away from you. Their offlane is pretty killable, is it? I don't know. I mean, like... The other big thing about Bounty is that in high and even, I would say, mid-tier pubs, you can kind of guess what the courier is going to do. Like, you can assume, okay, they're going to... Ooh, boy. Oh, you're fine? No, you're fine. In high-tier pubs, you can always assume, like, okay, they're going to ferry out the salve at the 0-minute mark. They're going to get a bottle around 2-3 minutes. And all that, so that's why we see Bounty Hunters and Rickies and Treants snipe courier all the time. It's a little harder to do that in lower tier pub games just through the nature of movements being less standardized and less optimized. But it is... I know these roamers, and this is something we talk about every episode, and honestly I don't feel about reiterating because it's so important to just like getting better at Dota. The thing about Dota is that, or the thing about roaming or being in any aggressive form is that you need to acknowledge who you can kill and who you cannot kill. So in this game, we just talked about, it's hard to roam on Quap. Quap is going to blink away from you unless you have like a perfect like Tornado EMP Cold Snap and you get all your stuff out perfectly. You know, realistically speaking, it's going to be difficult to pull that off. So that's where it comes in, right? That's where you're playing Bounty Hunter and you say, okay, well, realistically, this is not going to be the most useful thing for me to do because, like, I'm going to roam and I'm going to get nothing out of it. All I'm going to do is not get XP, not get gold. You still can roam and get bounties and stuff. That's definitely a option. And that's generally nowadays what you see from roamers is that it used to be roaming used to be a lot worse because what would happen was if your ganks did not go well and you like let's say you die for it or let's say you just get nothing from it, you would just be screwed, for lack of a better term. You would have absolutely nothing, right? You should be eating this with a tango, by the way. Because you see, like, you need all the XP. I mean, you know, the health. But now, if you're roaming and things don't go well, let's say you gank this Quap and it doesn't go great, then you just go and you take their runes. You take their bounty runes, you're still getting the stuff. You're still getting XP, you're still getting gold. So that's something to keep in mind. Here, your positioning is good, right back here. You guys are pressuring this lane super hard. Bounty Hunter Axe is, or rather, Bounty Hunter is not the perfect hero to work with Axe on this, honestly, but he's definitely not bad at it. Oh, wow, that was a good dodge, whether intentional or not. I'd be very scared about getting skewered into tower. Ooh, boy, just barely got out of that one. Okay, and you're dead. You had invis up. Like let's do a replay. This is a long game actually, so I probably shouldn't be doing this. So we know they don't have vision, right? The thing we should always be doing when you're playing any kind of hero, especially an invis hero though, is checking the opponent's inventories, especially in your lane. And so in that time, you had the chance to invis, and then you could have backtracked, right? If you invis, he probably still would have thrown his shockwave this way. But if you had invis and just walked backwards through him, sure you have a little bit of fade time, but you would have been able to swing it, since they don't have the vision that you do. So that's something to think about. It's not like... Honestly, that death is not catastrophic, but it is one of those things where you just didn't need to die there, to put it lightly. So yes. Also, yeah, like I was talking about, like I play a lot of Magnus, and the thing about Magnus is that the difference between good Magnus players, I'll say, and mediocre Magnus players and bad Magnus players is the use of skewer pre-blink, pre-RP, right? Because everybody knows, like, oh, okay, we can like RP and then we skewer them back to base, whatever. But a good Magnus player, especially mid Magnus, is going to be able to say, okay, they're stepping on me, I can just turn around and skewer them back into tower, like right here. Like, see, he can kill you right now. He's not doing it because he's not good, but he could have just pulled you into tower there, and they would have. Maybe they wouldn't have killed you, but they would have gotten close. You definitely would have had to like shrine or go back to base. So that's something to watch out for, even from bad Magnus players. Okay, your skill build's fine so far. Generally, you just want to have max Shuriken. Like, Shuriken is a really good nuke. Especially, like, it's a really good nuke in the first place, and it's really better because when you factor in track bounces. Alright, this is a... What the heck? This Luna's level 2. What game is she playing? It's like, you guys are playing the game in 6 minutes, and she's playing the game in 2 minutes. Alright, let's see. Can we kill this guy? We don't have any points in Battle Hunger. You guys are grouping up. Oh, boy, you guys are boned. Oh, actually... No, you guys are boned. That was unfortunate. You should have gotten a Shuriken off there. Really on anybody. At a certain point, like, you had... Not full mana, but you had a decent amount of mana. You just want to be getting Shurikens out. You have boots now, which is going to help a lot, at least. I'm just in disbelief that this Luna's level 2. Well, your safe lane is pretty annoying to play against, to be fair. Yeah, actually, this is fair. This just sucks for this Ricky, man. This is, like, a really annoying safe lane to play against. Like, Necrophos is annoying in the first place, but, man, Necrophos Lich, like, not only are they taking constant harass from the Frost Blast and from Necrophos Aura, but on top of that, they're not getting XP. Boy, brutal. Okay, kudos to you guys for that strat. Okay, so we're level 4. Of course, Bounty is one of these heroes where you need his 6. Like, his 6 is what really makes the hero, and that's where you get all your advantages. So we will commonly see at 10 minutes, Bounty Hunter, if he's not 6, will pick up the book, like every time. And... Okay. Oh, nice. Frost Blast. Dude, what a player. What a player, man. Lich God. Okay, you stole that kill, but I respect it because you pay money to Dotp. Okay. Alright. Bounty Hunter. Okay, so we're trying to get 6. We should be 6 around 10 minutes, which is fine. I mean, a really fast 6 on any roaming hero is at 7 minutes. That's like the benchmark for like, oh my god, their support is 6. If there are 6, it's 7 minutes. Theoretically, I think you can get it at 8, but yeah. Okay. This is also one of these things where, in general, a good rule of thumb is that if your team is, if you're a hero that needs 6 really bad, that like has a big power spike, and you're close to 6, you should just leave, get 6, and then come back. Or even if you don't have to leave, you just want to say, okay, guys, I need 6. Let's not do stuff. So by doing things, you're, oh my god, okay, never mind what I said about this Necros Lich thing. You want to get the 6 as fast as possible. Like, you don't want to force action. It's the same principle as when you're close to an item. Also, Lich should be sacrificing range creeps because they're more XP. It's the same principle as what we talk about is like, okay, if I have 2,000 gold and I'm close to a Blink Dagger and a fight's starting, I don't want to go to that fight unless I know it's going to be a win for sure. Or just in general, I want to say, you just don't want to go to that fight. Whereas if I'm at 1,200 gold and I'm trying to buy a Blink Dagger, you know, whatever, I could go to that fight. If you're at 2,000 and you're playing, let's say, Axe, you want to just farm, right? Because you know the next time you fight, you're going to be incredibly better off with a Blink Dagger, more so than you potentially endangering your Blink Dagger timing by leaving and going to a different lane. I cannot believe that this is happening right now. Necros is just going Sacred Relic first. No boots, no wand, no nothing. Okay, we're coming around. This is good. Oh boy. This should be fine. You can dive. Okay. Shuriken the Disruptor, and then... I mean, really, you can Shuriken either of them. Madness is the higher priority kill, but the Disruptor is the easy kill. You really should just be running at them right now. Like, they're stuck there, right? We know Magnus has a TP, but he doesn't have mana for it. Okay, just Shuriken that guy. You have range. Yeah, okay. Alright. Oh, boy, you got no waste ult. That's good. And now Magnus is going to get got. Oh, just kidding. He'll get away. He just barely had enough mana for that. Okay, that was fine. I mean, you kind of skirted around. Basically, you delayed your own success, if that's one way we could think about it. But it's successful nonetheless. So that was good. You missed that guy with mana boots. That's unfortunate. We have track now. Oh, nice. That was good. That was really good. Oh, no. Okay, that was just bad luck. If you had like one more spin, that would have been great. Godly. You guys should be shrining here. He should have bought his Blink Dagger at side shop instead, but whatever. You can just use Shrine here. I would abide that. Ricky's level 7, so he did okay. But then again, you have like this. He has a relic coming out. God, what a lunacy, man. Like, he's doing great, don't get me wrong, but boy, this like hurts my soul. You should just walk up, get the tower, get the tower, get the tower. Mr. Fallen from Flight, get the tower. Okay, okay. Oh my god, Brainiac Brian. Rude. Brainiac? It's not even a Brainiac, it's a Brainiac. Oh, so close yet so far. Alright, Disruptor has ult back up. Here's where you just want to be throwing tracks out. Nice. Okay, track him. Okay, throw out, Shuriken, just use it, just use your abilities. Nice, okay, he's dead. Now, what we want to do is we always want to track on as many people as possible, right? You getting that extra last hit, that extra hit off really doesn't matter, honestly speaking. It's nice, sure, you know, you get some little extra damage, but the thing we've actually been talking about a lot recently is when you have damage and you have enough damage to kill somebody, damage you put in other than that is unnecessary. So a good example of this would be, we talk about on the show frequently, heroes with slow projectile speeds. You want to, if somebody's going to die, you don't want to be throwing extra projectiles. So in a similar vein, if you know, okay, Magnus is going to die, my Shuriken does 300 damage. I think you were still level 6 at that point. My Shuriken does 300 damage, and he only has 225 life left. We know he's going to die from this. there's no need to get him down to 150 because he's going to die nonetheless, right? There's no real difference. Okay, oh boy, this would have gone... Oh my god, okay, what is going to happen here? He's just going to get ulted and die. Oh god, my friends, we're just feeding. This is not good. This is not good. Okay, so in general, we would say, Radiant, hey, don't fight around the shrine. You guys use the shrine late. If Axe Head... Okay, so I guess what we'll do is we'll just explain what the good thing to do compared to what ended up actually happening. So, the proper play and what should have happened is they should have been coming up this hill. Axe was running away. Should have used the shrine right here. You call 3 people, 4 people, even 2 people's fine. Necros TPs, he TPs, you know, wherever. You come in from the backlines, you have 4 people tracked, you throw a shuriken, each of them takes 375 damage, Axe gets presumably a spin or 2, and then you kill everybody. Preferably you also have another TP from something like Invoker, but I don't think he has one. Oh, he does have one, but it's on cooldown. Okay. So that's the ideal situation. Obviously that's not what happened. That was just a classic fight where, you know the trope, or you know the classic way to lose games that we always talk about is like you just fed in a line. Like I always bring up the quote, feed as 5, not as 1. You guys just ran a straight line into that situation, and obviously that's not what you want to happen. Okay. Okay, you can shuriken one of these creeps too, that's the thing. Use shuriken. Okay, good. you're tilting me, my friend. It's a good thing you're going mech. That is the proper play. Lich already built a, what's it called? A headdress and a buckler. But I'm going to assume this is just a communication thing. I love having Greaves on Bounty Hunter. I think mech/Greaves Bounty Hunter is way better than mech and/or Greaves on a Lich. He does have the mech finish, so maybe we'll parlay your items into something else, or we'll just end up building a mech. So sometimes we'll talk about like double deso, and we'll be like, oh well, 2 desos is okay, 3 desos is overkill, but 2 mech is not okay. Like buckler plus mech, like if we have one person has a buckler, one person has a mech, and then another person can have a vanguard or whatever, that's fine. That's a very different whole thing. Where are we? Sorry. Okay, we don't have a TP on us, never mind. Oh boy, what a... Oh my god. This team is just getting handled. Okay. So, this is good. I mean, the... Okay, you should get that bounty. Watch out whenever you're... I mean, I guess you're seeding it to Necrophos. Maybe. Okay, you want to get the damage from Shadow Walk. Also, the... Oh, you could have waited. Oh, he didn't have that. Okay, never mind. Actually, here's another thing to talk about Bounty Hunter specific. Because presuming, since you sent me this game, you actually like playing Bounty Hunter. One of the big things that that you'll see really good Bounty Hunters do that's really relatively easy to work into your rotation is to... Okay, track Ricky ASAP. Okay, we're running into that. Nope. Okay, track Ricky. Oh, you are dusted. You're gonna die here. Okay. Oh, maybe you'll be fine. Maybe you won't be. Oh, yeah, that sucked. Oh boy, Lich can get denied here. You can deny this Lich Invoker. No. Okay, well, that's a fair trade. I think he could have killed that Ricky regardless, honestly. Sunstrike. Alacrity. Gingerageous. Alacrity. Cold Snap. Okay. Well, we're not doing an Invoker replay review, so I won't bother. Okay. Man, somebody should make one of those. I think, let's see, I'm checking my list. I have 1 from a Direwolf coming up. That'll be fun. That'll basically just be me flaming somebody the entire time. Like, normally we keep these productive, but, like, Invoker... Boy, that's a whole other thing. But we're not doing Invoker right now, so we'll relax. Okay. Okay, again, we just want to get our tracks out. Oh man, what perfect timing. This could be a big. Never mind, he doesn't have echo. Wow. Okay, what a guess or what a pick. He missed it. He missed it, but it was close. Okay, all right. Man, this deck was just by boots, man. He's pulling a Roland. Okay, Matrim. That sounds right. Okay. Again, let's see. Let's go. Fog. Dire. Okay. We're just gonna watch this game and just pay attention to. Okay, we have track up. Track, good. All right, track's on cooldown, better. Okay, that guy's dead. He wasted RP. Good. We have track on him already. That's good. Okay, who can we get track of now? I really just want to do this just to point out that missing tracks is just one of these like unforgivable things. Okay. Right. Okay, use a regen rune. We still have track on Lich. Luna's super far behind. This is like the least fed Luna I've ever seen in my entire life. Necro still doesn't have boots. Matrim. Your items are good. Okay, so let's talk about timings. We'll go back to regular fog because that fight abated. Okay, so itemization-wise, this is a good timing. Like, if you have nearly Greaves at 20 minutes, that's good. Generally, I would say one of the things that I look for in games is if the enemy team has Greaves and it's 20 minutes, I'm like, boy, this game is lost. Like, I've had some games where you get Greaves like 16 minutes, 17 minutes, and that's when you know, like, this game is so hard to throw right now because we have Greaves early. Okay. Okay, we're trying to go mid. Oh boy. Alright, we're getting some of those off. Okay, your dust should be fading. No, you're dead anyway. Okay, I want to get back to something I was talking about earlier that I got distracted from. Okay, so there's this thing that you'll see a lot of good bounty hunters do. And basically what it is it's abusing the mechanic of fade time. So what you do is I don't need to. I was gonna hop into a bot match to show you this, but basically what you do is you use Shadow Walk and you use it, you hit them, and then you can use it and hit them again. So what works? Well, the way that it works is that Shadow Walk gives you the extra damage, right? It gives you 30, 60, 90, 120 extra damage. The way that it works is you can cast. It has the fade time. Right, what's the fade time? Yeah, 1 second, 1.75 second, 0.5, 2.25. So when it's at levels 1 and 2, and I think you can do that at 3 and 4, what you can do is abuse that fade time because you have the bonus damage the entire time. So you hit them while the fade time is on, and then you hit them again when fade time ends. So basically what happens is that instead of them taking... Oh, wow, nice, okay, good. Unfortunately, we didn't track that guy, otherwise we would have broken that TP. Wow, this person's gonna die here. Nope, he's not. He blinked away. Okay. It equates to basically an extra 30 damage, or an extra 60 damage, extra 90 damage, extra 120 damage, which is very significant in the early game. Oh boy, is your friend gonna die? Okay, your other friend jumped into that. Okay. Oh my god, dude, what a play. What a player. Alright, we can't catch up to this person because we don't have boots on Necrophos. This is actually a common mentality. I mean, this is obviously an extreme, but just to divert from Matrim for a little while, it's a common mentality when you're on heroes to just think like, oh, well, I really need this big item, so I'm going to forsake other smaller items to get them. But when you watch high tier games or pro players or just high MR players, Dota's much more about the small items that you build up into the large items than the large items themselves. So even on a hero like, okay, so perfect example, Naga. Right, Naga Siren's big item is Radiance. Everybody knows that. It's like her item. When you think of Naga, you think of Radiance. Or maybe you just think of Annoyance, because I know a lot of people don't like that. But she's a hero where she has one item that's super incentivized. And this guy had Radiance, let's say, like 14, 15 minutes, give or take. Probably a little faster than that, actually, since he didn't get boots or anything. But Naga gets her Radiance faster proportionally and is more effective with it by opening up and getting mana boots and getting a poor man's shield and getting an iron talon and getting a wand. or some combination of those items. Like generally, I would say I almost always do something like either Poor Man's Shield and a Clarity, or not Clarity. Nice. Okay, and you got the gold. Sick. Okay, you have no mana. You're gonna mana both of you though. Okay. Okay, that was a good choice. You're gonna die for this, but you'll get so much money on your Necrophos that's actually okay. I mean, it's not okay because like you could have not died there, but it's okay in the sense that dying there is okay, if that makes sense. But anyway, so the small items you build to get up to your large items are super significant, right? Because you'd think, I guess one way that a person like the Necrophos would think about it is you'd think, okay, well, if I'm spending 500 gold, that's 500 gold that's slowing down my big item, and my big item is going to accelerate my farm, therefore I should just go in for my big item right away. But that 500 gold will prevent you from dying, it will save you time and energy, it will get you kills that you would not have been able to get otherwise. So that's what we're talking about when we talk about stuff like this. Now you have boots. Now, like this guy, he's golden. Like this is great farm. It's just it would have been better farm with boots. Someone like to continue using the Nagasarian example. You'd think, oh boy, well I just want to get mech real fast. I mean, what's it called? Radiance real fast. But you get the Iron Talent because it gives you some stats that's viable. But the important thing is that it lets you, kill a creep faster. It lets you jungle a camp. It lets you do all these things. And mana boots, right? It's delaying your Sacred Relic by 1,300 gold, but in the same vein, it is allowing you to throw out more illusions. It's allowing you to fight. It's allowing you to have much more farm capability. So it may end up delaying your Radiance by like a minute, if that. But in the same vein, it's giving you all these things where you can actually do things if a fight does break out. Oh boy, he just barely gets through that. I mean, he's still dead, but okay. All right. Now remember, we can shuriken a creep, and it's going to bounce to this person. He's still going to live, but oh, let's see. Nice. Okay. Yeah, don't forget about that. You can just use your use your shuriken on a creep, and it automatically bounces to targets within 1,200 units. So that's why if this person is here, you can shuriken a creep that's over here, and it'll bounce all the way to them. And then they yell because they're like, "Oh, I was so far away. That shouldn't have happened." And then you kill them. That's great. Okay, good track. Okay, we're getting better with the track. I think this was just early that we're getting a little tilted over the tracks. Man, this guy is ballsy. I'm glad he just built a blink dagger because I was about to say, well, if he had a blink dagger, things would go great. Okay, we need to track this person, track that person. He has blink RP. We're grouping up. Oh my god, we're still staying grouped. Oh no, catastrophe. Actually, it's not catastrophe. He just wasted RP. Oh my god, never mind. That was a very impressive. Okay, we got melee racks. Honestly, we could all die here, and that's fine because we got the melee racks. And it's not fine in the sense that that absolutely did not need to happen. So, I mean, this is one of those things times where like it's just an obvious problem, but the way you circumvent that problem is all you got to do is think. I think it's just one of those things where you got to keep it in the back of your mind the entire time you play a game. If you're playing against the Magnus, you know the second you group up, he's going to RP you, and it's going to be miserable, and then your team's going to be like, oh man, what we played so, like that was such a, it's one of those silly mistakes, right? Like intuitively, okay, they have an Enigma, they have a Magnus, let's not group up. But sometimes they have sometimes you group up and then you lose a team fight. So that's really what I want to talk about. Oh, he picked the damage, didn't he? Yeah. Rather, I don't need to talk about it, but in the future, especially in heroes like Lich and Bounty, like your damage does not do a tremendous amount to a Rax, right? Like let's look at your damage. You deal 109 damage before armor. Raxes have 10 armor. That's going to reduce your damage by 37%, 37%. So you're going to be basically doing only like 75-ish damage. And you're putting yourself in the danger zone. Even in a game where the team does not have a hero like Magnus, it's just one of those things where you just don't need to be put in the danger zone. Okay. Talent-wise, this is fine. I don't know what the relative... I assume 40 attack speed has a higher win rate, just in general. But Bounty Hunter is one of the very few heroes, actually, that the XP gain has a positive win rate in. Oh, boy. Oh. Can we get out? Oh, no, we can't. That was close, but no cigar. Okay. Let's talk about your items. So you're going halberd. It's okay. That's fine. I mean, halberd's not really an item that I would ever advise. I feel like there's always a better option. But in this kind of game, like, let's look. Let's look. We went for the Guardian Greaves, so that's fine. But generally, we'll see utility. So we'll see things like Solar Crest. We'll see things like Glimmer Cape. We'll see things like Force Staff, etc. So that's, wow, this person's suicidal. Okay. Oh my god, never mind. That was like god tier luck. That's how I describe that. I know this is a long game, so, so clearly it can't go as well as we'd like. Alright, you bought a blade mill. That's smart. Okay, this is a great fight. Okay, unfortunately we just ruined it with that, but that's okay. Not the end of the world. Okay, Ricky dies anyway. We'll kill this guy too. Use your shuriken. Good, you're waiting, so you waste more time from his TP scroll. That's good. They have a walking courier. Are you joking? Oh my god, dude. What a game of Dota. You'd think at some point somebody'd be like, oh, I have 150 gold. Also, this courier died before. You'd think they'd be like, boy, it's 29 minutes. Can somebody please get 150 gold? Oh, he has it in his quick buy. Let's see. Let's see. Alright. Right. See, for instance, of that dynamic I was talking about earlier, you had track of him. If it had been like 10 seconds later and Kreese isn't spawning here, you could have just run up, shirk in the Kreese spawn, and it would bounce right to him and killed him. That's like one of those practical uses for what I was talking about. Also, it keeps you out of the fray, and also you get like XP and gold from stuff that you're gonna get anyway. Right? So if you kill a range creep, let's say, with your shuriken, you're still doing all the damage from the shuriken to that guy. You just happen to also be getting a free 40, you know, whatever it is, 46 gold. Nice. Alright. Didn't even have to use his blink. It's his BOTs, I assume. Yeah. Yasha, SNY, okay. Alright, let's see. So we're just farming now. Anyway, back to itemization. We're building halberd, so I get distracted. I personally am in the utility bounty hunter way of thinking. Another common way that like sounds like a meme but is actually good is people who do the Dagon bounty hunter. Dagon bounty hunter is actually quite good. Wow, this is a catastrophe. Dagon bounty hunter is actually good in games that suit it. So, for instance, this game is not a good game, I'd say, for Dagon bounty hunter. Be a good game for Dagon Bounty Hunter would be like, okay, they have a safe lane PA, they have a mid Wind Ranger, they have their two supports are like Witch Doctor, Rubik, and then their off lane is, you know, whatever. Because when Dagon Bounty Hunter is good, basically, is when Dagon Bounty Hunter is going to kill people. Like Dagon is not good in this game because Ricky's building the stats. You can't one shot him. Disruptor, he built a mech, but even then, Disruptor, like, I wouldn't go Dagon Bounty Hunter for just one person. Unless it's like a mid. Like a really greedy PA, let's say. But Dagon 1 is actually fairly efficient in terms of, like, cost to damage. I think it might be actually the most effective damage item, well, obviously when you exclude all the extraneous factors. But Dagon 1 is a good item. It only becomes bad when you overinvest. Like when you get Dagon 5, right, it's like 8,000 gold total or whatever. But when you get Dagon 1, it's like, okay, it's 2,700 gold or 3,000 gold or whatever. Yeah, it's like 2,750 or whatever. Let's fact check. Where's Dagon? 2,720. I was close. This also would have been a really good pipe game. I just kind of like, I don't see who you're using the halberd on. Like, their Luna sucks, right? Like, she's behind, she's gonna, well, she can't Manta off it. Manta it off, actually. But your team is dying to magic damage, right? It's not like they have a life stealer or a juggernaut or something that's killing you guys with physical damage. You guys are dying just because they're comboing you. Like they're getting RP off, and then they're getting, Quap Scream, Quap, Sonic Wave, etc. Yeah, you could halberd the Ricky, I guess. That would be good too. Like there are a bunch of mediocre halberd targets, I guess would be the way I'd describe it. There's just no like huge big one. Oh, he'll die. Okay. Nice ult, my man. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is a little scary, but that's okay. This guy's super dead. Okay. Track him instantly. Good. Track. Alright. Chase him down. Walk into him. Punch him in the face. Go take that tier 2 bottom now. Or take mid-racks. You guys should gather and take mid-racks. Like, taking bottom is the easy call, I would say. It is an understandable call, but it's not the good call. Right? Like, I guess the way I describe it is it's the difference between gaining something okay and gaining a lot. Right? It's like, let's see. Do we have a good metaphor here? It's like... I'm not even going to make this dumb metaphor. It's taking too long. It's basically, you could have gotten a great deal, but instead you were like, yeah, whatever, I'll just get an okay deal. And you're getting some damage on both, but like they're gonna be respawning here. And also now you're splitting and you're pushing 2 lanes at once. But like, look, we're already basically taking this tier 3 with only 1 person. This Magus build is just all over the place. Yeah. Anyway, so we have money to finish our halberd. You're gonna get... Oh, he's getting glimpsed. Okay, we need to be getting tracks out, tracks out, tracks out. Tracks on tracks on tracks. Okay. Glimmer, Guardian Greaves. Guardian Greaves, use them. Alright, good. Pop those tracks off. Okay. Oh boy, we might die here. Oh, yeah, we're super dead. That's okay though, because we're winning this fight. He can cold snap this guy. Cold snap. Nope, there. He's just deciding to slow him. Okay, we don't have any vision on this guy, do we? So, okay, just leave. Lich bought a Dagon. He's taking my advice. Actually, this is not my advice. I don't think this is a good Dagon game. This would have been a great Ags game for Lich, to go with all the Luna illusions. Okay, so we built Vanguard. That's fine. Excuse me, Vanguard. Vladimir's. Vlad's is, I would say, a good bounty hunter item. I would say Vlad's is generally the item I would go if I'm not building the mech. Like, if we had seen Lich building mech. And then been like, oh boy, let's build something else. Vanguard would have been a good bet. Oh my god, Ricky. Oh my god, your friend just decided to die. Okay, let's see. Will he get it? No, he won't. He almost did. Okay. It's unfortunate. It's just a classic case of staying too long. Oh, I get Blind Abyssal. That's sick. Okay. I would not have gone Shivas this game. I would have gone AC. I think when you... I don't play a ton of Axe, but I would say when you pick this 75 damage talent and the 6 strength talent, you could just build an AC and just be like tanky and dealing a lot of physical damage. And they have a decent amount of physical damage. Like the Shivas is fine, really. Like I think Shivas is a good item. I don't want that to be... I don't want to come off like Shivas is a bad item, but I think AC is better in this game considering the talent choices we've made. Okay, so we have our Outward, we have our Vlads. Right now, I would say if we were going to be building items, I cannot speak to the usefulness of Bounty Hunter Ags. I've heard mixed things. I've generally heard that it's bad. Okay, let's track this guy. Track. Nope, we're not tracking. Are we going to track now? We're tracked now. Okay, good. We tracked Ricky. That's fine too. Oh man. Oh, nice. Alright, get a track off on this guy. Okay, let's just chase him down. Just chase him down. We can get him. We can get him. Like, if we chased him down, we could have shurikened those creeps, but we didn't. We just diverted in a different direction, unfortunately. It's one of those things, you know, it's 40 minutes, you're taking team fights. Team fights are, the bread and butter of team fights is sticking together, right? If you're taking a team fight, you may as well be a team. So don't split off to do things. It's good that we have these wards out. I like this ward place. This is one of my favorite ward spots in the game. A is dewarded frequently, but A, in low tier games, you're going to get dewarded less frequently, and B, it is good. There's some wards that are almost sacrificial wards. You're like, okay, well, I realize that it's going to get dewarded at some point pretty close to now, but it might not. And even when it is dewarded, I'll have the information like, oh, hey, it's dewarded. I know that they're there. Nice. Track him. Good. Punk is dead. Okay, this is like the death push. Excuse me, the death push timing right now. You take that kill. You have him dead for 120 seconds. It appears as though, I mean, it's probably just the Axe thing. Maybe, did he buy back recently? You're going a little far out. You know, you're playing like an Axe, but you're a bounty hunter. Get this. Axe takes it. Okay, Axe takes it. That's okay. I mean, he does deal a lot of physical damage. What do we pick? We picked 120 damage. That's sick. All right, our team doesn't have a carry, so we're having a carry Axe and a carry bounty hunter. Now that you have that talent, honestly, you can go like Battle Fury, maybe. Deso would probably be the item, like the smart pick. Because like you're gonna be 25 pretty soon with that plus percentage talent. Okay, we need to get a track on Mag. Okay, track Mag. Oh, we didn't track Mag, and now we got that huge ult, and now our whole team is dead. This is the classic example of a botched team fight. We need to get more tracks. We're not using nearly enough tracks. And we're not using our Heaven's Halberd that we spent all that money and effort on. Oh, God. Things are bad. Okay, he used his Blade Mail. He has that Abyssal that he hasn't used yet. Okay, Abyssal Zakai. This is a treat to watch, but it's not terribly good. We got a Ranger Axe top. Okay, so again, this is just, you guys need to acknowledge. It's kind of like I don't know why I'm so predisposed to just making stupid metaphors in these in podcasts and these replay reviews, but I would say the thing to do is, or the way to play Dota, right, is that once you've died to one thing once, you should not die to it again. So we lost that huge team fight top lane because we grouped as 4, and then they RP'd us, and then we had screamed, and then we were dead because obviously. Then like 15 minutes later, we lose another team fight, another huge team fight, and Aegis the exact same way, right? We get tier 3, we group up too much, they RP us, they skewer us. I didn't even think he skewered early, and then you get Sonic waved, and then you're just screwed. You're just dead. Like, that's just how it worked. That's what you want to avoid. So keep that in mind. Like, again, we talk about this all the time in these replay reviews, but you need to go into a draft and going into a game knowing, okay, these are the ways that I lose this game, these are the ways I win this game. So you gotta look at this game and you say, okay, we win by getting pickoffs and then killing their base while they don't have buybacks, they don't have all that kind of stuff, because we have an Necrophos, and we have a bunch of frontline heroes that aren't carries but can take damage, can do a lot of stuff. So that's what you do, right? You take that Ricky, you kill him, he's dead for 120. You go and you take a tier 3, you have Aegis, you frontline with the Axe, you backline with other people, Invoker hits things too, Axe attacks this from here, Invoker attacks it from over here. If he RPs, he can't get both of you, he has to pick one or the other. That's the best way you can go about it, right? Is formulaic Dota, because that's what you have to establish from the beginning. We win this game if we do X, Y, and Z. We lose this game if the enemy team does X, Y, and Z. So by grouping up and making that, that play, which in a lot of other games would not be a big deal, in this game, that's how you lose. Like, that's just straight off the bat, that's how you lose Dota 2. Is you take too many fights like that. I think you'll see it all the time in pros, actually, a lot. I mean, in anything, really. But one of the big things you'll see is, oh, okay, we're winning by a lot, or like, oh, things are going well, and so then we will make a dumb mistake, and then we're like, it's fine, we're winning, we're up a racks, whatever. But then you make that other mistake again, and then you make it a third time, and then you lost the game. So right now we're in a position where we're winning this game, but we could easily lose this game. Okay. The other common thing that you'll see from bounties is when you have a lot of mana and a lot of mana regen, when you're just getting these scouting, oh my god, okay, never mind, that's fake. When you're getting these scouting tracks off, you can just, for the sake of it, just scout and then shuriken a creep, get a CS, and deal some damage to the person. Put the fear of God in them, as they say. Another thing, thinking about this game, is we look at this draft and we say, okay, our team is very good in the mid game, and kind of sucks at the late game, because we don't have a carry. Turns out, you don't have a carry, you're not good at the late game. We're not bad at the late game per se. Like, we have a bunch of cores that scale with items. But the enemy team, they have great late game from Luna. Even an underfarmed Luna, if the game goes long enough, is going to get farm. And we're kind of seeing this now. Like, she sucks. Her farm is garbage. But she has all these items because we've basically left her alone. Ricky also scales well. Doesn't scale, like, super amazing, but he scales well. Quap also scales very well. I mean, she's not like a safe lane carry, like she's not like a super late game carry, but she is definitely a core that is very successful in the late game. And Magnus, like late game team fights are huge, and this Magnus is going to be the one that decides those team fights. That was weird. Okay. That was no complete waste. Yeah, we need to leave. This is a lost team fight. We need to not lose it anymore. Oh boy, Matrim. Matrim sounds cool. I apologize for bastardizing your name. Again, we messed this up with the Invoker thing. It's okay though. We're gonna get ulted here. We don't have anything. Okay, we're just dead. And now we're feeding. Okay. So let's bring up the cardinal rule of Theory Crafting Thursday, right? Something Proud says all the time. We always talk about a death is not an initiation, right? So that fight, the effective initiation was okay. We failed the gank on a Quap, then the person who failed the gank, the Necros died, and then we said, okay, let's team fight. No, like that's not that's not how things should go, right? You need to. Is this building a Crimson Guard? Yeah, okay, that's weird. You need to have that happen and say, okay, Necros is dead, we're down a person, they have 5, we have 4. Mathematically speaking, we should leave. And then you leave, and sure, maybe one person gets picked off or whatever, but instead we kind of like putzed around, and we let them regroup, and then we took a fight, and then we lost. Okay. Use your graves, use this shrine. This axe does not use shrines. That is an oversight, my friend. Okay, use your shuriken. Okay, good. The bouncing shuriken. God bless. Okay. Nice. Okay, we killed that guy. Okay. Axe needs to work on using active items. Alright, he's dead. Again, this is like we talked about earlier, in that like first minute with the Magnus kill. When somebody is guaranteed dead, there's literally no point to damaging them. Like that guy was super dead, right? So you wasted two hits, which, you know, it's one of those things where kind of like death by 1,000 cuts. Wow, that was a nice sunstrike. I mean, it was an easy sunstrike, but that was a very aware sunstrike. But it's the same principle, right? Of you may in a different time you would need those 2 hits on somebody else, but in this time, those 2 hits, all they do is they. I cannot overstate this. Like they literally do nothing. Like you can't even kill steal with them. if that's a serious concern, like you literally can't kill steal from Necrovos ult. That guy's just guaranteed dead. Again, we're grouped as 5. We're gonna get Magnus ulted and we're gonna lose this game. Okay, good. We're spreading out. This is smart. This is not. Okay. Well, you shouldn't have walked into range there, but that's okay. Turn around, track. Okay. Right when you get out of these zones, that's when you use tracks. Okay. Again, Magnus is lining up for a hit. We want to have your track on him, and that way we can keep him down. Okay, good. Shuriken in him. It's actually a really good way to keep teamfight ults away. Track? Oh no, we're not going to get the track on him, are we? No, we're not. Okay. But a really good fight to, a really good way to keep these heroes away that are going to be blink initiators is just to simply let them, or just to track them and then be shurikening creeps to keep them away. Alright, that was good though. So we didn't lose anybody. We spent some cooldowns, but not that many cooldowns, honestly. We have Necro's ult back up thanks to the Ags. We have Axe. He still has ult, obviously. We still have Lich ult. So this is good. He uses Dagon 4. He's almost going to have Dagon 5. That's 8,000 gold down the drain. So yeah, that was good. Like, I mean, obviously we got a rack speed and lose anybody. That's good, far from very simply put. But it is a... That's like how things should go, right? You spread out. You made kind of an arc here. You went a little too far in and you took some damage, but that's okay. Not a big deal. You established the fact that they have a sentry there, I suppose. So that's the game. But you got split up, basically. So, like, we learned from last fight, right? And honestly, if this Magnus was better, he would have just RP'd you and you would have all died and it would have been a rinse repeat. You guys probably would have gotten racks because Axe had to buy back last time. That being said, obviously that's not what happened, and we spread out eventually. Again, I think what you want to do is you don't want to spread out eventually, you want to spread out right away. Right, you want to come in waves. So Axe and Invoker are your premier damage dealers, right? So you want to have Axe up here, you want to have Invoker back here, or some combination of the two, you know, here and here. Split up such that either, I mean, ideally he can only RP one or the other, but at the very least you want to make it so that if he RPs, he's going to get just the two of them, and then you can react, right? Let's think this through from the Magnus, from the Radiant perspective. They are going to get a Magnus ult, and then they're going to all gather around that to kill you guys, right? That's just how it's going to go, right? They're going to blink on you, they're going to do all these things. To avoid that, or rather to anticipate that, because obviously that's what they're going to do, Lich can stand it back. And he doesn't have a Blink Dagger, he has a Dagon 5, but let's say he has a Blink Dagger, or even without a Blink Dagger, he has 125 cast range, so that's fine. He can just say, okay, that's what's going to happen, so I'm going to stay back. He's going to RP my two cores, or two of my cores. I'm going to just throw a Chain Frost at them because obviously, or because almost certainly they're going to be together. Therefore, okay, nice. Blade Mail, he's not using Blade Mail. Abyssal, nope, you got Abyssal. Oh, gee, alright. How's the things going? Okay, a decent thing from, okay, alright, let's see. They split up. Oh boy, they're like re-initiating on themselves. Okay, unfortunately we have a bunch of like mid-health people, but nobody truly low. Okay, again, just throw RPs out. Like, right, you running this way is pointless. Like, it's literally nothing is accomplished. Okay. Alright, nice dodge. Unfortunately, we're diving, and we're gonna die for it. Oh, actually, we'll have ult again in a moment. You guys can ult him. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Catastrophe! I'm like losing my voice. We need to ult one of these people. Ult them. They're easy kills. Ult. Okay. Oh my god! Nope. We waited too long. Okay. Again, this is not an Invoker replay review, but I want to point something out. It's a thing I've like lost games because I've done it, and it's a common mistake. I'd say it's one of the most common mistakes, maybe. When Axe jumps in and gets a call on 4 people, if we look, we made it into a flowchart, right? Axe gets a call on 4 people, or 5 people, let's say, for the sake of argument. Those 5 people are grouped, obviously, so that's a good thing. So if Invoker puts an EMP down or a Meteor down, it's going to get a lot of damage. But a common Invoker reflex is to tornado them, right? Because your combo is generally tornado, EMP, tornado, what's called meatball, tornado, whatever. So in that vein, you need to kind of defy your impulse and say, okay, he got a 5-man call, or they got a 5-man RP, they got a 5-man, you know, whatever, disruptor, static field, and then don't tornado. Tornado after, maybe, but don't tornado. Because you've lost at least 2 team fights to that partially. I mean, or like you've won team fights but not won by enough. Okay, this Ricky is a real problem. He's very fat. He should be building a second diffusal soon. I think that's the play. Or just a butterfly. Butterfly is also the play. Okay, good intuiting who that is. Okay, boy, he's just feeding. This guy is really bad. Alright. Okay. So what item are we going? So, again, the plight of the 4 or 5 position, although you don't really have this problem as much, is you have not had item progression in, let's say 15 minutes, probably. Let's say, yeah, I'd say 15 minutes. And like you have buyback, which is good. Honestly, saving for buyback at this point in the game is definitely more valuable than getting some small item. But it is something to note. Like, commonly if you watch our streams, you'll hear Proud, and obviously he's playing safe and carry, but still, you'll hear Proud say, I've not gotten a new item in 10 minutes. That's something to be looking out for. Okay. Next is a bank. He should be going Heart next, I want to say. Like a Heart. Yeah, like Heart BOT. Or Heart Moonshard. They're not really ratting you guys, so you don't need to rush BOTs as much as you would in other games. Okay, Necros has a BKB now, that's good. BKB is not going to matter if you get mag ulted, but if you get RP'd rather. And he has double RP. It's really in the danger zone. Hopefully we'll just get megas and win. Like that's the dream. Okay, we should not waste our blink daggers here. Let's talk about what you're doing though, because you are the more important one of this team, as is established. Okay, so we can put a ward like up here. Yep, good. Okay, yep, you're right out of range. That's good. I use this tree as a marker in general. Okay, so again, this is good. Okay, so this is better than previous times, right? Axe is here punching the tower. Invoker is back. He should be punching the tower. Necrophos, he does some damage. He can punch the tower or whatever. But instead, Lich gets in the danger zone. Now Lich is dead. Now you guys get 4-man ulted. Now potentially you're all going to die. Okay. Okay, a great Lich ult. Again, that's what we were talking about earlier. Is having a good Lich ult coming out right after that, because naturally they all group up. But let's see. Okay, use your blade mail. Good, blade mail used. Okay. Blink forward. Okay, alright. So that was bad, again, because too many people got close to the RP. And like I realize that this is very reiterative, but this is an important thing to really hammer home. And it's one of those things where like if they had coordinated better after those RPs, you guys probably could have lost this game. You would have at least been a racks down, I would say. Like they did not coordinate well with the RP, and Ricky was dead without buyback, if I recall correctly. So you guys didn't lose this tower, this racks. But if the team executed better, you know, regardless of the actual game itself, if they coordinated better, these RPs, especially these double RPs, or even the possibility of a double RP, would have been super game losing in a different game. Okay, he goes BOTs. BOTs is a safe play, but honestly, now with the backpack, I would just go like Heart or whatever other item you need before TP scrolls, right? Like they've literally never ratted you. That has not happened once. So BOTs are not as valuable just by the nature of the fact that, you know, obviously a great item, but you don't really need them. Like now he just has an open slot, right? Okay. Axe could have Abyssal Bladed that guy, but he didn't. Okay, alright, that's good. Blink, Abyssal, no. Where are we? We're in base, okay. TPing bottom to farm this, okay, that's fine. Okay, so we're building AC. That's good for the team. I mean, again, ideally I think Axe should have built the AC, but I think AC is a good pick here. The armor especially, like, other than the aggressive gains, it gets the defensive gains are really important. Like, right now you're dying a ton to Magnus, just blink, RP, Daedalus, cleave. And, like, Echo Saber and Empower. And, like, he's 6-slotted, right? He can just build a Moonshard now. Like, he doesn't really need BOTs either, because you guys aren't ratting. And he's stuck in his base. So that's actually a good illustration of the example I was talking about earlier. If this Axe player, let's compare the Axe and the Magnus, okay? So Magnus said, I want to have BOTs, obviously BOTs are good. He's in a similar position. Like, this game's a very linear game. Nobody's ratting, really. Like, there's been some minor rat, but there's not a lot of rat. Invoker needs to use his Midas. But the Magnus opted for a real item for a full item. Oh, he's smoking now. What a player. He goes in for a real item, like whatever item he built last. I think the refresher, or maybe the BKB. And that's his play, right? So he doesn't have BOTs, but he does have one of these items, right? Filling in one of the slots. Whereas Axe has an open slot, right? We always talk about this on the show. There's no, like, you literally gain nothing from an open slot. You may as well have a Windlace. You may as well have an Orb of Venom. You may as well have a Blightstone. You may as well have any of a number of items. Okay, this is a smart play, though. Okay, blink, call, good. Alright, he instantly dies. Did we get a track off? Yeah, we did. Okay, good. Sick, perfect. Easy pick. Unfortunately, not Necro's ult, but that's not the end of the world. You know, whatever. Okay, we're going to run in now. Let's see. Okay, good dust. Okay, we use that. We have 2 Dagons here. Oh my god. Okay, we're splitting up now, which is good. Oh, I wasted the second RP. That's game, honestly. These RPs are the only reason they're staying in the game. Okay, he's dead. He has buyback, though. When he reses, he's going to have like a 180-second timer or something. Okay. WWQRD. 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 Nope, he's dead. Or QQWRD would have worked. Any number of spells would have worked. Okay, so we died and we didn't get anything. We forced a buyback. Roche is going to be up soon. Yeah. Seems like, you can kill this guy. Just ult him. Ult him, kill him. Nice, okay, game 1. Nice, okay, these people, they just lost the game there. You guys could just buy back, BOT here, win. Yep. Okay, they BOT'd somewhere else. Or no, this is just regular TPs. Still inefficient, he could have TP'd here, but whatever. Not gonna nitpick. Just kidding, we're gonna nitpick. Yeah, so this is the play. A lot of times people throw the game by doing something similar to this, but in this game, this is the right play, because we know they don't have buybacks for a fact. Okay, we need to track. Okay, he's dead for 90. Okay, more tracks would be nice, but no, but it's okay if we don't. Man, these freaking Dagons. Okay, good, we're focusing on objectives. Quality. Okay, and the game's over. Okay, so I think this was a good game overall. I mean, we kind of criticized your teammates a bit, but your play was fine. I still like the Halberd. I feel like was not the pick. I would have preferred to just see a Scythe. I think reasonably you could have bought a Scythe this game. Obviously having 2 mechs, like mech and Guardian Greaves on the same team, is inefficient. But I'm just gonna assume I'm gonna chalk that one up to just a communication thing. But it is important to look at your teammates, and if you're building one of those items, like mech specifically, and say, okay, he's not building it, I'm going to build it, or to communicate in-game. Especially if you're in a 5-stack. Could have sold this a heck of a long time ago for the gold, you know, why not? But all in all, fine game. I think there were some like larger criticisms we had, like just the team coordination. Like you kept dying to RPs, right? You just need to very practically say, okay, we died to RP once, we acknowledge it's going to happen, and then we're done. Or vice versa, we need to say from the draft, okay, we know they have a Magnus, we know he has RPs, he's going to be able to kill us if we get ourselves set up in these situations. Anyway, thanks for supporting us. Thanks for the, well, I was going to say thanks for the donation, but that's what I mean when I say support. Regardless, we appreciate it. Hopefully this was educational. Hopefully it was fun. If you have any questions, further concerns, etc., email me. PM me on Discord or, you know, whatever. Talk to me on Twitter. I'm everywhere. I'll answer your questions. More than happy to. Thank you, and goodbye.